Okay, welcome back. I believe you've got a new link and you can now join. Just let me know once you are in. Okay, what I was saying is you can use pivot table to compare 2 months, and because of that feature you can also use pivot table to do reconciliation. And what I was saying, in this case for instance, if we want to compare the consistency of the employees, the number of days that they have attended for consecutive 2 months or 3 months, even 5 months, you can easily do using pivot tables. So in this case I just wanted to compare the number of days that these employees have worked, and I was using tenure days, this column here, tenure days, and this one tenure months. I could go and use tenure months, but let me use tenure days. It's easy, and it's not that it gives you a true picture of what's going on. So what I was doing, I just opened first the month of January. So this is January month. I want to compare with the month of February. So the first thing you need to do is just convert this month of January data, employee data, into a table. How do you do it? Control T and then say OK. It's done. It's in there. And then put the month below this one, put the month of February. Where is it? You just go here, open month of February, which is this one here. Highlight. Once you have highlighted, copy, go down here, enter, which means paste. So the table has also included the figures for the month of February. After that, just do your pivot table. Insert pivot table. Okay. This is now the normal pivot table. In the rows, just put the employee IDs. So these are employee IDs. You have 228 employees. Yes, 228 employees. Yeah. And then tenure days. Take tenure days, put them under values. So it says sum of tenure days. And then in the column, put the dates, because the dates are the one which you want to compare. So you want to compare January and February. Now, if January and February you want to compare, so these are the tenure days for this employee number 1950 is 857 as compared to trip. So if you want now to find, you can remove this grand total. It doesn't have any meaning here. Even this grand total down here doesn't have any meaning. So how are you going to remove them? The grand totals, just go to design, and then down here there is subtotals and grand totals. So there's an arrow here, grand total, and then there's off for rows and columns. Just click that one, so it's off on the rows and the columns. No grand total, they don't have any meaning here. The second thing is you want to know the difference. You want to compare now. You compare this and this. How many days was the month of January this guy has worked for us? Equals to C7 minus B7. Enter. That's the number of days. You can easily, and then double click. That's it. Any question? Okay, if there's no any question, this is how you can compare. This is, you have compared 2 months, you can compare 3 months, 4 months, and so on and so forth. Okay, this was about pivot tables. There are a lot of things that can be done and demonstrated using pivot tables. From now we'll be using them in all the exercises that we are going to do, which we'll need to do using especially when we have got lots of numbers and we want to summarize. Otherwise, let's start today's lesson. Today I planned that we should start slowly to learn what is called Power Query. Power Query. Well, Power Query has been introduced to Excel users very recently, but unfortunately lots of people are not aware. It's not difficulty, it's easy, but it's very, important for Excel users. Why is Power Query important? There are lots of reasons, but I can give you like 2, 3, 4 reasons. One, Power Query is used to clean data. Once you have cleaned, if data is unique but is routine, then you don't need to do the same exercise every now and then. You just do once, and once you have done it in a proper manner, then for the rest of the year you don't need to clean or go through the same steps doing the same thing. So that's one of the advantage of Power Query. So the second thing is Power Query is being used to work on big number of data. If you look at Excel, for instance, it has got like rows. It has got rows like 1 million, 47. Control, if I want to go to the end, control end, shift and down. If I do end, this is home, control, FN, no, control end, I don't know how to. Shift and down. Okay. So if I want to do, for instance, page down, let me just do page down. I just want to know the last row. How many rows do we have? We are now on the 10,000, 12,000, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20,000 rows, 24,000, 26. This is page down. If I do end, control end, this is control home, control end. Shift end. I just want to know the last row. The last row is 1,047,528, I think. So it's 1 million rows, more than 1 million rows that we have. But still, there are some databases which have got more data, and therefore they cannot be accommodated in an Excel sheet. And therefore, the only way to do is use Power Query. So let's now start slowly to explore this Power Query function. If you go to here, data here, if you click there, you will see this menu here. There's queries and connections, refresh all, existing connections, recent sources, from text, CV, from web, from table, and get data. Now, our first demonstration is going to be on get data here. You will see, for instance, let me delete this one here and just delete this one. No, not delete this one here. This is our data, so I can use get data. Once I click there and click the down arrow, there are lots of other this menu will come out. So it says from file, from database, from Azure, from other sources, and then combine queries, launch Power Query Editor, data source settings, and query options. In our case, let's start here at the top, from file. If you click here, this menu will appear. There's this one from Excel workbook, from text or CSV, from XML, from JSON, from PDF, from folder. In our case, we can use from. I don't want all of these. I'm looking for the one which is saying from table, because this is a table. This is a table. I want to take data from this one here. This is a table. So get data, you go to from other sources. Other sources, there's from table or range, from web, from all data feed, from ODBC, from OLEP, from query. In our case, let's use table. This is our table, so click there. This menu will get opened, and the same data are now being displayed here. This is the name of the table. You can change it. For instance, I'm giving it a name. It's called Sunday. Enter. So this table now is called Sunday. Here are applied steps. So these applied steps are going in this menu here under applied steps. Each and every step that we are going to do is going to be recorded here. Is going to be recorded here, so that next time when you run the same procedure, it will go through all the steps, but it will be quick, not like the way you have done it. So let's start doing it. And here are the commands. These commands, you don't find them in Excel. We've got home, transform, add, view. This is like new, completely new template. Okay. So now you've got the date, you've got the employee ID, you've got the gender, you've got the age, ethnic group, whether it's full-time or part-time, term date, eyes higher, and so on. All those columns that were there are here now. So now let's use a Power Query to clean our data, because it's not clean. Why is it not clean? Okay, here for instance, it shows the hours and the minutes. We don't need the hours and the minutes. So what are we going to do in the first place? If there's anything or you need to stop me somewhere, just let me know, because I'll be going very slowly so that we understand this. It's very important to understand, because otherwise, if you don't understand, you won't get the benefits of knowing it. So I'm switching on my phone, it's always going off, I don't know why. So that in case there's anything that you need to comment or you need to alert me or you've not heard me, you just send me a WhatsApp message. Data from table. Okay. Which option? Do you have? Okay. Hello. The next one hapo ambayo inaonyesha kama kuna picha ya Excel thing in the camera. What is that? It's talking about picture from file. That's it. Oh. Sasa what are we going to do now? Because the issue. No. Okay, let's go. Okay. Okay, so what we are going to do is, first of all, we are going to edit the dates. How are we going to edit? First, remove the hours and the minutes. We don't need them. So how are we going to do that? It's easy. Okay, so the best way to do it is go to this function here. It's called data type. Now the data type in this case is not date stroke time, it's just date. This one here, not dot date stroke time, because what is demonstrated here is date stroke time. So just click there, and then is it replace the current or is it a new step? Just say replace the current. So this is the date. Now we normally prefer to convert and put a column for date, month and years. So how do you do it? Click there, click in this column where there's date here at the top, and then go to transform. Here there's this icon for date. Click on the icon there and then choose month. Now name of month, you can choose days in a month, end of month, start, or month, which is a number. In this case, name of month. If you click, it will convert everything into date. Now because I don't want I also want to convert the same into month to years, it doesn't show because this one now is a month, and therefore I would not like to do that. If I want to go back where I was, because no, I don't want this, so I just come here in the steps and delete this step. If I delete, then I go back to where I was. So instead of just doing the way I did, I will duplicate this date so that the date, the original date, remains here. So how am I going to do here? I'm clicking here, I'm going to this tab here, which is add column. I click, and then I click this one here, function or command which says duplicate column. If I click, then you'll see this is a copy of the date. The original date is here. It's here. So this one remains there as it is. So on the copy of the date, there is where now I start playing. I change this one to month. I say name of the month. The good thing is the copy of the date remains there, but the name of the month is here, and the month name heading is there. I'm also clicking again here. I'm changing it. I'm putting a year. Start of the year, end of the year, no year. So this is 2015. I've put the years, and the heading is a year. Now this copy I don't want. I just click, I right click and remove it. Done. So I've got year, month. I can also transfer this to the beginning. I can highlight both of them, and then move to the beginning. How do I move? I go here. There's this command here called move. If I click the menu, it's asking, do you want to move to the left, to the right, or to the beginning? I'm saying to the beginning. I'm clicking. Everything should come to the beginning here. So I've got the month, the year, and the date. Employee ID, I've got the gender, I've got age, ethnic group, full-time or part-time, term date. I don't need this column because it's empty. I'm right clicking it and removing it. I hire, I new hire, right click, remove it. I'm not going to use it. Hire date, yes, but I want it to be a date. I don't want to be with time and everything. So I'm going to here, data type, date stroke time, no, I'm putting it as a date. So it's now a proper date. Pay time, term reason, it's empty. I don't need it. Right click, remove it. Age group, fine, tenure days, tenure month. And last but not least, there is bad hires column. I don't need it. Right click, remove it. Okay, fine. So now my table is cleaned, it's proper. So let me put it back to where? Put it back to Excel. How am I going to put back to Excel? I'm going here now in these tabs up here. I'm going to home here, and then this first icon, close and load, I'm clicking. There's two functions here, close and load and close and load too. For the first time, since it's the first time I'm going to put it in Excel, I have to choose where I want to put it. So I'm clicking it here. This menu, import data, is asking me, where do you want to put it? So first of all, it's a table. I don't want a pivot table, a pivot chart. I don't want to put it in the existing sheet, which is this one here. I want a new worksheet. So, okay. So a new worksheet under the name of Sunday has been opened, and this is now in Excel, and this is the query. So this is the first thing that I wanted us to do. Now your data is cleaned. You see that all those there's also a month name, we created it, year, date, employee ID, gender, everything. Empty columns are no longer there, and this is only for 2 months, like you have seen, January and February. So that's it. Now if you want to add other months, what you need to do is just copy another month and put it below this one. This ends here. So if you want to add another month, for instance, this is February, just open March, for instance, copy the figure for the month of March. This is March now. Copy the figures here up to here, Control C, go back to where no, not this one, not this one, this one here, paste here, enter, everything is pasted. Go to Sunday here, it is ending 4:59 February. Just put your cursor there anywhere, right click, refresh. March is here now, everything cleaned, everything done. That's how we do it. Now the biggest problem that we have, or the biggest challenge that we have when we use tables, is that it's limited because the rows are just above 1,048,000. They are no more than that. So that being the case, I mean, if you've got very big data, this is not the ideal way of doing your Power Query. The ideal way will be to use Power Query and retrieve data from your, where is it? It's not a file, it's from a file and from a folder. So you save everything in a folder and then you retrieve data from that folder. Okay, let me ask you, Casio, this function from a file to folder, do you have that one? This is a big problem. This HTC is a big problem. Let me call her using another number. My other number is letting me down, so let me use Airtel number. Yes, Casio. I'm asking you about this router now that I want to demonstrate. Get data from file from a folder. Do you have that one? Yeah. Hamna. You can only from other sources, so you can import from the web. Can you get from the web? No, not HTML, just from the web. No, Amerikani ni wabishi tu. They don't. Yeah, na no. Kwenye hii menu yake to queries and connections, I'll get and transform data. Get and transform. Get and data. Hamna. Kwa sababu ingekuwepo hiyo, probably kungekuwa na hizo sources ambazo you can get data and you can use them. Yeah. Get external data, ukiklik inakuambiaje? Haziko activated from the web, and from where else? hizi nilizokuwa nikiziangalia hapa juu tu, from the web, from text or CSV, from table range, and then from file, from database, from other sources. Ndo hizo nilizokuambia, mpaka ODBC, mpaka blank query. Okay, so you'll just be looking at the way I'm doing it. The problem is that if you don't practice, hakuna hata from PDF. Oh. Aya, basi itabidi urudi huku kwenye za kwetu jamani, achana nao hapo. Yeah. Otherwise lakini hata kwenye Apple unajua hii Apple tatizo lake haikubali Excel ya Microsoft. That's the problem. For MacBook. Okay. So that one, we just need to find out if you can get that one. So there are lots of new functions which are coming in. Kwa mfano jana, there are like 7 functions which have come in. Wamezi release, yes. which yeah, just do that. Okay, let me just demonstrate on how we can use from a folder. Okay. Okay, now if you want to get this data from a folder, what you need to do first of all is to save this data in a folder. In my case, for instance, let me do this very easily. This is under HR data. I'm just creating a folder under Excel reference materials, HR data. I'm creating a folder here, a new folder, and let me call it Sunday. Sunday training. That's my folder. So this one here. What I'm going to do is very easy. First of all, I'm going to copy. Just copy this one. And I'm going to save it in a Sunday training here. I'm going to paste it there. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is to extract that information from that file, from this file, from that folder, using Power Query. Okay, I'm opening a blank Excel worksheet. I'm putting my cursor here at the corner because there is where my data will start flowing from. It will flow through this window, going this way and downwards. I'm going to data, get data from a file, from a folder. Now it's asking me which one. I know where my folder is because that's very important. You need to know where your folder is. My folder is under Excel reference materials. It's under Sunday training. I'm putting it there, and then I'm saying open. Okay, now you see, now this is a CSV file, it's a binary, and so all this information, I don't do anything and I cannot do anything on this information here. What I need to do is just go down here. I'm not going to load straight, I'm just going to transform data first. So I'm clicking on transform data. Then the same menu is going to open like the one we had previously. And this is the source of the data, which is, of course, this is the path to where my data is under the Sunday training folder, Excel reference material, and then Dropbox, and so on and so on. So I'm just going to click here and remove all these functions here. I don't need them in the first place. So I'm removing other columns. I'm remaining with on the binary, the content. I'm clicking on this in between these two arrows here. Mind you, the step, what I've done has been recorded already. So I'm clicking here. Okay, the menu is opened. I'm saying, if I look everything, I'm saying okay. So we are there now. I don't want to see this, so I'm just hiding it. Quickly, that like the way we have said, okay, the date are now proper dates. Good. Employee ID, gender, age, ethnic group. These two columns, I don't need them. Right click, remove these columns here. This is the hire date. If I click here, it tells me under data type, it says it's a text. You see these numbers are on this side. These ones are not on this side because they are considered as text. So let me convert them into date. Click there, date. So some of them, because of the way they've been arranged, they have turned into errors. I don't want them to be in errors. I'm removing that one. This is, I don't know, American way, where you start with a month and then a date. Probably that's a problem. So I don't need to use this as a date. It remains as a text. I can't do anything. Term reason, empty, remove. Tenure, days, bad hires, remove. Like I said, from there, in this one now, I convert this one. First of all, I duplicate, like the way I did in the previous exercise. Add column, duplicate column. It's going to come here at the end, then convert it into months. So date here, name of the month, done. It's done here. All these steps are recorded here. Each step is being recorded. Again, date, year. This is the year. This is January. That's fine. This one I don't need it anymore. Remove it. Okay. I can leave these ones here, or I can move them to the beginning, to all the move to beginning. So it's now at the beginning. I've got month, year, date. It's fine. I can even drag. For instance, if I want to start with the date, take this one, drag to the beginning, leave it there. Yeah, fine. So date, month, and year. It's okay. Everything is fine. So now from here, I can just put back to the Excel sheet. There is where it belongs. Go home, close and load to. I want it to be here, so not a new sheet, because this is empty. So existing worksheet. Check here. Well, yes, from there. Okay, done. All the information are here. I can choose the type of, let me put this one so that it can be seen properly that this is a table. If you look at this table very easily, you can see the date, the month, year, and so on, all the information that I need, of which I can work with. If I want to put this one in, I want to put a pivot table, I can put a pivot table now very easily. Summarize with pivot table, it's here. Just click it. New worksheet, yes, new worksheet. Sorry, just a minute. Hello, salama, waraba. Ngoja ndakucheki baadaye kidogo, kuna kazi kubwa naifanya. Okay, so new worksheet. Okay, that's a new worksheet. I can put a pivot table as usual. I can use the month name here. In the column is January. I can use, it depends on the information that I want to extract. If I want to extract the employee and then the tenure days, then put the tenure days here. Sorry, doesn't, yes, here, yes, tenure days here. I also want the tenure days to have the comma. I format the numbers properly, so it's number formatted. Use this one. I don't want the decimals, so remove the decimals, put it 0. Okay, done. I don't want the grand total as usual. I don't want grand total, so click there, go to design, grand totals, off, done. So these are the tenure days for the month of January. Now if I want to put all the months, for instance, I don't want to come here and refresh every time and then. This is my table, mind you, and these are the steps. Click, remove it. This is up to the end of January. This time I'm not going to copy there and put it here. No, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is move the information into this folder, because there's only one here, 1 month, January information. Now I want to take, for instance, HR data. Let me do this from February. Let me copy throughout up to December, and then right click and then say copy. Copy and go to Sunday training here, right click, paste. So all these months that I've copied, I've pasted them here. Now it's easy for me to refresh all that information quickly. Mind you, here if you look at this one, it's only January. Now once I refresh, since I've copied up to December, I should get all the data up to December. So just click here, right click, refresh. All the information up to December should be here. Now the problem is the calendar. You see now, this is April actually, but it shows only January because it is reading the other way around. So if I want to convert from my data, how am I going to do it? It should be reading the American way. This is England. Mine is England, United States, US keyboy. So let me use this one. But the problem is I have to, if I refresh, it doesn't work. England, English, United Kingdom, Chinese, English, United States. That's a problem. The date, the way they've written, in this case it's reading on the 4th of January 2015. No, this is quite the opposite. So I've not achieved what I wanted to achieve because of the date, the way it has been configured. Everything is read as January. No, it's not January. It's not January. So how am I going to maneuver and change this one here. I can maneuver, but it will take a lot of time because there are many. I don't know. The best way is to make my computer understand that this is how it's not English in a US. It should be US. The Americans. So let me find file settings. Options. I'm trying to edit my computer so that it understands my date. It should be somewhere, not here. Cancel. It should be in the file. Is it info? Account. Let me see. Manage settings. No. I want the settings to understand my date. No, cancel. If I say update now, was you up to date? I'm not happy because this one is reading quite contrary to what I expected it to read. I wanted this one to be January. This one to be February, not January. That's what I wanted. And that's why it doesn't understand this one here. It says it's an error. Why is it saying it's an error? Because this one will be seen as a date. But 30th for them is not a month. So for them, I don't get this one. Why this is reading January instead of reading February? And in this case here, it says no. Let me go back and try to edit the query. So I'm clicking here under query, and then edit query, and then see. You see now, if I go there, if I go here, this is not a text, this is a date. Okay, let me quickly do this. Because it is considering, for instance, if I close, it is considering this as the 2nd of January. It's reading from here. So I'm going to check to take these numbers here and put them here, and this put them here. How am I going to do that? Very easy. First, I'm going to duplicate this one as usual so that I can do whatever I want to do. Add duplicate column. After that, I'm going to split these columns which are being separated by a slash. I'm not going to extract, but I'm going to transform. I'm going to split by using, should I use positions? No, I'm using a delimiter, which delimiter is a backslash. Each occurrence, it's okay. Okay, I've done it already. So there's 1, 2, 3. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to change this one, put at the mid, and this one put here. Yes, I've done it correctly. From there, I'm going to join again this 2. All these steps are being recorded, and therefore I won't have any problems. So I'm going to highlight from here to here. I'm going to join them. How am I going to join them? I'm going to use what is it going to be? Just merge, not merge. No. Here, merge columns. I'm going to merge the columns. Before that, I just want to add a column which has got a backslash, because otherwise I'm not going to, or else I have to use conditional formatting. So it's either of the two. Let me try using another way. Instead of merging them, I see there won't be, it won't be nice. So let me use, no, I'm not going to highlight. Just highlight this first one after doing whatever I did. So I'm going to put, what am I going to do? Let me try if I can use concatenate. I'm using custom column. This is a new column. I'm saying concatenate, I don't have concatenate. Combiner. Combining text by each delimiter. Let me see if there's text join. Text join. There's no text join. Text join. Let me go first. This one. And then space. And then inverted commas. And then backslash. And then space. This one here. If you text join, there should be a comma, isn't it? Text join, this one, comma, and then comma, and then still an error. You can't text join that way. Okay, let me not use this. Let me cancel this one. I'm not going to use this. Yes, let me just join this first. So how am I going to put the backslash? That's the most important question that I need to ask myself. How am I going to put a backslash? Okay. I'm going to say I'm going to use something here. I have to be very smart in this. You have to think properly. So what am I going to do? I'm going to do one thing here. I'm going to use this column. Should I use this column? Okay, conditional column. If column date equals or contains equals is does not equal equals no contains is before is or equal to is after, it does not show what I want. Let me use what should I use? Okay, if I say ethnic group, yeah, let me try ethnic group, not date. Okay, let me use ethnic group. Equals, does not equal, begins with, yes, begins with group. Then give me a backslash. Else give me a null. I'm sure I'm not going to get a null. If I do that, I'll get a column which has got these backslashes. I need these backslashes very badly. I duplicate these ones. What is duplicate? Duplicate. So I've got duplicates. I know that after a date here, I have to have a backslash, and then after a month, I'll have to have a backslash, and then I can have a year. So the first one is this one. I'm dragging it to here in between these two. So there's this date here, there's a backslash, there's a date, and then in between the year I have to put another backslash, this one. Now I've got the backslashes like the way I wanted. You see now. So now I can merge these columns. Let me merge them. Merge columns. Yeah, separator. Okay, I should have used this one here instead of putting this one like the way I did. I could have used this one. Cancel. If I didn't do this one, for instance, if I said not reordered, no duplicate, no conditional column, so there's no any backslash. So just join this one, tap, and then merge columns. In between, it is asking you for a separator. Now, what is a separator? Colon, comma, equal sign, semicolon, space, tab, or custom. Custom. Now, if custom, then this menu is opened, and then you put your backslash there. No, sorry, backslash is here. Then okay. If I do okay, then I've got a yes, everything is done properly. Now from this one here, which is different from this one here. What I'm going to do, is this the same? Is it reading as a date? No. Now I'm converting it into date. Tap. No, not here. Transform, not a text, but I want it to be a date. Is it going to accept? Let's see. Okay, now from this one, which is a date in my case, let me see if I can get months, name of the month. So it's January. Sorry, I have to duplicate first. Duplicate. So this is the date, this is the merged date. Change into month, name of the month. There's January, there's February. Yes, this is what I wanted. Now, yes. Okay, so what am I going to do now? I've got my, this is month. Because I've got this month here, I'm going to delete this one, remove. Year, I'm not going to do anything, it doesn't have a problem. My problem was this date here. Now I'm removing it. I'm taking this date here. Let me call this, okay, all these ones were just dummies. I'm removing them. I don't need them. These are just dummies. So these two, no, these two. These two can be shifted to the beginning, moved to the beginning. Okay, so now you have month name, enter, and this one is date. After that, it's easy now. Home, close and load, close and load. It's going to be the same here. Now you've got the months now, like the way you wanted. February, of course there must be March down here, and so on. Up to December, that's what we said. You see, July, August, September. But this, all of this is in 2015. November up to December. Up to December. If you go now to your pivot table, you should expect all these months now to be displayed here. So right click, refresh. Yes, all the months are here. You can put this one, design. Just find a good design. Something like this. No, just a good design. No. This is medium. This is darker. Okay, let's use this one. So, and this is for 2015. I can put like a slicer. Just insert a slicer. Where is the slicer? Design. Is it pivot table? Slicer here. Years. I just want years. A slicer for years. Okay. So now, as we speak, we've got only 1 year. But if we continue with our exercise, you see now, we are now on the 3000 row, 3106 row. Let's try to add more. I'm just trying to see if there's any comments so far. Okay, probably in the comments, if there's any comment. Let me see if there's any comment. No comment, so let's proceed. Let's continue. Okay, so this is only for 1 year. If you go now into your data there, this is only 2015. If you want to add 2016, this is how we do it. Go to HR data. From here, this is 2016 up to here. 2016, 2017 is here. Okay, let me take all of them up to 2018. So from 2016, where is it? It's here, 2016. Highlight to the end. Control C, copy. Let's go to Sunday training. Paste all of them here. So all of them are here now. What I need to do is very simple. Just go here. I go to my query now. Click here, right click, refresh. All the data for all the years is here now. Up to 2018, 22,000 rows. If I go back here, I can just refresh this one here. You see now, everything is refreshed, and I've got all the years here now. Yeah, up to 2018. So if I want to see the data, this is combined, mind you. If I want to see the 2015 data, this is 2015. If I want to see 2016, this is 2016. 2017, this is 2017. And then 2018, this is 2018. I mean, 2018, most of the employees have left the company. You can see them here. So this is the first step of Power Query. I don't feel very comfortable because it's like I'm working on my own here and you are not part of it, so I don't feel comfortable. I wish we could be on the same page. We are doing exercises, we are also doing it hands-on. So any questions so far? Okay, this is now Power Query. I just need you to exercise. You have to exercise. If you don't exercise, you won't get the results. Any question if you have? Let's see if we've got any comments in the comment section so far. Any observation? just waiting if there's any comment or if I've been talking to myself. And the way I see, I don't have any viewers. Okay, I've got one. Any comment, if any? Any observation, please? Any observation, please? I'm not very happy because I'm doing it on my own. We should be doing it together. We should have been doing it together. So this is how it is. Okay, let me just call you and then we talk and then we see. Yes. Hello. Okay. Basi fuatilia mpaka ikifika mwisho uniambie. Okay. An observation. Okay. Okay, let's end here for today, and just go back and do exercises. Practice, practice, practice. That's the motto. Thank you.